Hello everyone, today I'll be talking about the massive flop that Behemoth VR had. Anyways, no bullcrap intro, let's get into chapter 1! Now, in this first chapter, I'm going to be explaining everything that happened up until the release of Behemoth VR. So, first of all, I would just like to say, no hate to Skydance Studios or anything like that. Their games are amazing. In this video, I'm just simply explaining why Behemoth VR didn't have as much of a crowd as, well, everybody thought it would. It kind of flopped. And basically, if you don't know what Behemoth VR is, I probably wouldn't even be surprised. Behemoth VR is, basically, you're this dude with powers, or girl, or whatever. I think your name is Ren. I'm pretty sure. I forgot everything, but you're this superpower person who fights these giant behemoths. There's 3 of them. I don't really want to spoil the game much because you might want to get the game after this. Who knows? But basically, I saw this one video about a bunch of games that are up and coming in 2024. I forgot his name, but if I remember his name, I'll put it up on the screen. Basically, I saw a video, and the thing that caught my eye is the gameplay and how you can cut people in half in any way you want. Not like Blade and Sorcery, where you can only cut like the head off, the arms off, the hands off, the elbows, all that stuff. You can cut them diagonally, you can cut them horizontally, you can cut them vertically. Any way you want, any way that pleases your needs. And I thought that feature was probably the coolest feature that's ever been implemented into any game ever before. So after I saw that video, I thought to myself, wow, this is an amazing game that's going to be so amazing, and there's going to be no glitches, and it's going to be the best game I've ever played, ever. And then I pre-ordered the game, and it was $40, and I probably should not have been spending $40 on a game that I didn't even know if I would like. But there was something you would get if you pre-ordered it, and that was different skins to the hero weapons that you would get. I don't want to spoil the game, but you get these hero weapons, which are cool. And I thought, wow, I love this game. This game is so good already. I could not wait until it came out on like November 14th or something. I could be wrong. And then it got delayed, which I'm kind of happy that it got delayed because every good game needs delay, like GTA 6. Anyways, the day of when it came out, I was on the Discord waiting for it to come out. And there was already a bunch of videos on it for PC VR, but it never came out on standalone. Yes, this game is on standalone. And, well, now we're moving into the next chapter. Chapter 2! Now, this chapter is going to be a lot longer because there's just so much to talk about. But I'm going to try to simplify it so then your goldfish attention span is not going to be broken, hopefully. Now, when Behemoth VR came out, the first thing I noticed is, wow! The quality on this is horrible. The textures look like potatoes, literal potatoes. And you know that feature I said where you can cut people in half anyway? Well, on Quest, it looked horrible! I'm sorry, I shouldn't have screamed there. But it just disappointed me so much I almost just uninstalled the game right then and there. But I didn't. I pursued. And I fought the first boss. And I thought, wow, this game is actually so hard because they don't give any hints. It took me 2 days to complete the first boss. I'm not joking. When I beat it, I cried. I'm not joking. You think I'm joking? Not only was the quality horrible, but there wasn't really a difficulty setting that I remember. So the game was at like the hardest difficulty. And I get it. This game is for professional VR players. It's not for like somebody who just got new into VR, okay? There's not a comfort setting. There's no snap turn. There's smooth turn only. And I've been playing VR for like a year and a half at that point. So I knew that I could handle the game. But when the difficulty is so hard and the fighting mechanic is so focused on Behemoth VR only and not like bonelab or Blade and Sorcery where their fighting system doesn't really have any gimmicks, Behemoth's fighting they had a different strategy. You had to block in a certain way, you had to parry in a certain way, you had to hit them in a certain way, and it it was so angry to me that it was all new and I couldn't actually get good at fighting before I pursued in the story like I could with bonelab or blade and sorcery. There wasn't really a sandbox version, and even though there was, these stupid gimmicks made it so hard for me to fight anyone. Especially that one level that took me like 3 hours to complete non-stop. I don't know if you've played the game, you might be able to tell, because it's probably the hardest level there possibly is. I didn't even finish the game, so I could be wrong. But when you're fighting, going up to complete the second boss, there's that one room where there's a bunch of arrow people who shoot like a turret. They shoot so fast that there's no way to dodge them or anything, and I was at one shot the entire time. So it was like fighting a Skyrim boss at 1 HP, and you had to go in your inventory and get every single heal you possibly can. But it just didn't work because I didn't have any heals because the game is I might have gotten a little too heated there. I'm sorry. I'll try and keep the energy down a little bit. But you get what I mean, right? That's like jumping from Fallout 4 to Elden Ring. Wait, there's completely different play styles that you have no idea what they were, and in the trailers, oh, it definitely seemed like it had the same fighting mechanics as Blade and Sorcery or bonelab, or any game with the fighting mechanics as simple as bonelab and Blade and Sorcery. And not only was the game hard and difficult and had horrible fighting mechanics, but the game was so laggy, it wasn't even funny. Even though I was playing it on the best of the best headsets, the Quest 3, it was still so laggy. Basically, game was horrible, the mechanics were horrible, and after like 2 weeks, I uninstalled the game, so did everyone else, and we had a happy after playing different games. Anyways, on to chapter finale. So, yeah, you already read the chapter title. What can we do now? Because I feel like Skydance deserves a better chance. Because they spent so long on this game, it's just sad. It's like watching your kid create a lemonade stand that took them 3 days just to watch nobody buy it. Anyways, I feel like we give Skydance another chance, like I just said. Now, the real question is, how are we gonna give Skydance a second chance, you know? And I think Skydance needs to do stuff on their half, because the game is 30 gigabytes, which I can't even say anything. You can fit 6 copies of Fallout New Vegas in 30 gigabytes. You know how crazy that is? So in my eyes, I feel like if Skydance optimizes their game a lot, where at least it's like 15 gigabytes, they can totally cut that in half. I feel like we can start making a bunch of videos on it. And also, Skydance, take this off as standalone. It should not be on standalone. Standalone cannot handle it. I played it on PC VR for like 25 minutes. I got to like halfway through the first boss, and it was amazing, okay? It was really nice. Now, that's basically it for this video. Yeah. Make sure to like and subscribe if you feel like it. I'm not forcing it on you, but if you do feel like it, it would help me out a lot. And yeah, go follow me on TikTok. There's not really much else to say. This video took me a while.